Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new, welcome to the channel. And you guys see the title, so you know it's gonna be a good story. I feel like it's gonna be a good story because this is something that's really relevant today. This is something that we all go through, no matter the color of our skin, our sexuality, or our religion. This is something that we all, fight with. I'm just fortunate to tell you guys my story. Now let's make sure I got something to drink, got some hydration, and I ain't finna do all that talking because I'm finna do all that talking. Let's get to the video. So this story is actually recent. This happened my senior year of high school, and that was like this time, but last year November, because it was basketball season. So let me give y'all the backstory before we dive in. Okay. Backstory. My senior year, we instead of having one principal, we had co-principals, 2 people, right? One of the co-principals was the assistant principal from my junior year. And then the other co-principal was the dean. But before the dean became dean, she was the PE teacher my freshman year. My freshman and sophomore year, but I had her my freshman year. Okay, so when she became dean, everybody was, oh, we're gonna be all right, because she was our teacher. We was cool with her. She had all the cool points. She was cool. She was the PE teacher. Who don't like PE? Never mind. PE was my favorite class, so, it was just like, at the end of the day, the teacher knew who I was. I was always helping out, always challenging myself in class. Whatever the case may be. She knew me as a student. She had me as a student. And then there was also this teacher involved. She only taught seniors, and I couldn't wait until I became a senior so I could have her, because I could see her in the hallway. She was a nice lady, She seemed genuine. Now that we got the backstory, let's get into the debate. Let's get into the story, the actual story. So this was last year in November. It was a regular day of school. After school, I would change, because I'm a captain of the team, so I had to be quick about that day. Get out of class, go change, and be on the bus ready to get ready for practice. So as I was leaving my locker and heading downstairs for practice, and I seen one of the boys, one of the guys from the boys team. And I'm a captain. I'm one of the star players, so he was my friend as well. So when you see your friend in the hallway and you dap him up like, hey, what's up, so-and-so, and what up, and you feel what I'm saying? That's pretty much what it was. But this teacher, the teacher that I couldn't have to my senior year, was in the hallway as well. She was in there just making sure everybody made it out. Because after school, they have like meetings, and then there's tutoring. So she was in the hallway making sure that everyone was out of the school if they didn't need to be. So as I was leaving my locker, he was heading to his locker. And his locker just happened to be right next to mine. So once he made it to his locker and I seen him, I dapped him up. I said, what's up? I left. He did his own thing, right? Okay, cool. Next day. So we had open lunch. So I went out to Subway with my friends. And I bought this juicy sub too. It was a foot long. I couldn't wait to eat that. It was a cool day. Get back to the school. And as I'm coming up the steps to go to, I was going to pre-cal, and I seen a dean walking down the hallway, walking my way. You know how you tighten up as soon as you see an authority like that. So I'm making sure I'm cool. I walking up the steps. I'm cool. I had a cool little lunch. You know what I'm saying? She come up to me. And she's like, before class, can you come down to the principal's office? And I'm like, okay, cool. Mind you, I'm not a trouble kid. Never been in trouble. Never been sent to the dean's office. Never been sent to the principal's office. Never gotten any fights. None of that. I was cool with all the kids. I was a cool student, like all 4 years. So I'm not thinking anything of it. I'm a cool kid. I'm thinking she about to ask me for test scores or something. About to go over, or I'm thinking she about to give me an award or something. So I put my stuff in my locker and I go to the office. As soon as I get in there, I see the other principal sitting at this table, and then he has a paper and pen. And then I see 2 chairs for me and her. So I come in, I put my bag on the floor, and I have a seat. I'm waiting for them to proceed with what they, for the reason why I'm here. I'm thinking we're about to go over some test scores. I'm thinking we're about to talk about how well I've been doing in school, something, And so she sits down and she begins with, yesterday, it was caught on videotape that you and another student exchanged a package in the hallway after school. And not only that, but we also have a teacher who witnessed the whole thing. And she was worried and afraid, and she came to the co-principals and said something about it. So I'm sitting there thinking, like, a package. I'm thinking a box. Like, when you get a package in the mail from Amazon or something, a package. I'm thinking a big box. I'm sitting there thinking, like, hold on, okay, a package after school? Like, who did I give a package to after school? I'm sitting there thinking, so I'm like, package? No. And then she just kept saying it. She said it again. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, I'm damn near in my head, like, beating myself up, thinking, package. And then I ask her, you sure you didn't get me mixed up with anybody else? Because at the time, my hair it wasn't green, you guys. It was brown. It was brown and my roots were black or whatever. So I'm like, you sure you didn't mistake me for any other kid here or something, for someone else? And she's like, no, we caught it's on videotape that it's you. And I'm like, well, can I see this videotape? Or, like, I don't remember giving a student a package. And she's like, yeah, we'll show you the videotape. I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm sitting here waiting for her to show me videotape. Never show me a videotape, right? Keep that in mind. Never show me a videotape, but she said she had a videotape. They got tape up there. All right, okay, cool. So I'm like, package? I never gave anybody a package yesterday. Then she goes on and elaborate what she mean by package. She say, it's something small that you can hold in the palm of your hand, right, hide in the palm of your hand, and as soon as you shake hands, you exchange, right? And as soon as she said that, I already knew what she was talking about. I already knew what this was about, like, and I'm still sitting there, like, clueless, like, and then I ask her, you sure you didn't mix me up with anybody? She's like, no. I'm like, so you're accusing me of giving another kid contraband? And I'm like, where did this come from? And she said, well, there was a teacher, and I already knew who the teacher was. As soon as she said the teacher in the hallway who saw, there was only one teacher in the hallway when we shook hands, and it was that teacher that I couldn't have until my senior year. The teacher I wanted, the teacher who had most of my cool points. You know what I'm saying? No. Then I'm speaking to her the way she's speaking to me, and she's like, are you recording this conversation? And I say, no. So she asks for my phone. I give it to her. So then she starts recording the conversation, and she's like, she's basically taking no for an answer. She's like, she's pushing the issue, stressing the issue. She's like, we have videotape, we have an eyewitness. She basically kept saying that I gave this kid, who's also an underclassman, that I gave this kid drugs in the middle of at school in front of a teacher. So then he starts to talk. The assistant principal starts to talk, and all he's saying is, we have programs and they have stuff out there for kids, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Because you don't even know me. I don't even know this. I don't even know him. And so I turn to her and I'm like, are you for real? Because she knows me. She knows me as a student. She's had me as a student. She's watched me grow. watch me grow in this school. So she knows, like, if anything, she knows me as a person. She knows me. So I'm like, are you for real? Like, are you serious right now? And then I told her, I kept it 100, I kept it a buck. I kept it a buck with her. I was like, if I really wanted something like that, I would be way smart about it. I come from stuff like that. Like, if I really wanted to, and I'm a smart kid. Come on, man. Come on. Like, if I really wanted to, and she was not budging, like, and I'm like, who are you? I'm looking at her, I'm like, who are you? Who are you? Because you're not the dean. You're not the PE teacher I always knew. Who are you? Why are you being so heartless? Why aren't you listening to me? But no, they kept trying to tell me that. They kept trying to tell me what I put in this guy's hand, in this kid's hand. They kept trying to tell me that I needed help. And I'm sitting there and I'm getting infuriated, I'm getting mad. And I got this, you know when you get so mad or get like so upset, you feel like I just felt so attacked. I felt so uncomfortable. I had like this huge knot in my throat and I was holding back so many tears in that office. Holding back so many tears, but I couldn't. Like it was just, I just felt like she had my phone. I'm sitting in this room, the aura in the room was off. They just kept accusing me of giving this kid contraband in front of a teacher. I sat in that room for about an hour. Sat in that room for an hour and we got nowhere. No video, didn't call my parents. They didn't check my stuff. I even said they could without a warrant. I was gonna let them go through my stuff. They didn't call my parents. You feel what I'm saying? They didn't call the police. The teacher wasn't in there. If anything, if the teacher was so concerned, why didn't she come to me first? Why didn't she make a meeting where it was just her and I so she could know what was going on? Why didn't she stop it when she seen it right then and there? Is what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Why didn't she stop it when she seen it? Why did she wait a whole night and then the next day tell the principal? Mind you, I've been at this school all 4 years, no problems, nothing. Great kid, student athlete at that, brought attention to the school. And you're accusing me of this? And it was like they weren't listening to me at all. Nothing I was saying. It was so much pressure. And I'm like, yo, this is not even it. So once they finally let me leave the room, the assistant principal escorts me to class. Mind you, I'm 17, I'm a senior, I'm getting ready to graduate. You gotta escort a senior to class? And I'm like, nah, I ain't going for none of that. I went to the restroom. And as soon as I went to that restroom, I broke down. I just broke down and I wanted to leave. I felt trapped. I felt naked. I felt alone. It broke my spirit, if anything. And I tried calling my mom, but she worked third shift. So she awake when everybody sleep and she sleep while everybody awake. She's night owl. So, you know, there was no really getting through to her. And I was the type of kid who really who didn't always need her parents. Who I was very independent. I took care of myself. But if I needed my mom, I came correct. And, she was there for me. But she just couldn't be. She was sleeping. I'm like, okay, I gotta muster up the strength. I gotta go to class. I gotta fix myself. I gotta finish this day out. I got practice and stuff. I got a game the next day. So I had to just brush it off. But it just ate at me. And when I left that office, I felt like the whole school was watching me. I felt like every teacher in that school was watching me. watching every move of mine. I felt like every camera was on me. I felt like people were jotting down notes. I just felt, I was paranoid. It freaked me out because it was just like, I just felt violated in a weird way. Like, you gonna sit here and tell me I did something that I did not do, and I know for a fact that I did not do. And then you had me paranoid, feeling like every teacher in the school was watching me. And I felt like that. I felt so uncomfortable for weeks after that. And I would try to avoid them so I could, get over the situation. Because I felt like I hated the world. Like, I was just mean, I was hurt. Because it was like, this teacher who's supposed to know me just sat here in my face and, just like, you know what I'm saying? But money changed people. Status changes people. That's all it is. I told my peoples what happened, and they basically said, yeah, you're racially stereotyped, that you're just a black kid in your teens with locks. I'm an athlete, it was just, bad place, wrong place, wrong time. It made me think that I couldn't trust nobody. I would stay to myself a lot. Like, I just I withdrew from doing a lot of things. Like, I wasn't even comfortable going to school anymore. And I used to like going to school. It wasn't even fun anymore. Like, I didn't even want to learn because I just felt like the teacher was always looking at me from the corner of her eye, and I'd be sitting there looking at her, paying attention. You feel me? But, I had, my mom was there for me. She made sure I was okay. My coach, he sat me down and he had me tell him the story, and he had me tell him how I feel like I'm telling you guys. And once I got it out, it was just like, it was a relief, but I was still hurt because it really broke my spirit. But I had a conversation with the athletic director, and I think it was like right before a basketball game, because we had a basketball game the next day, and he was telling me, like, don't let nobody see you sweat. You gotta keep going, you gotta keep pushing, you gotta. When people see potential, they try to destroy it. When people have nothing to lose, they'll take everything from you. You feel what I'm saying? And I was on the road, I was doing good, and it was just like a slap in the face. After some time, it was like, the teacher did apologize to me, and the assistant principal did try to. See, I'm the type of person, in person, I can be intimidating. I can be intimidating. I may look intimidating in person. So, all I wanted from, I think what made it worse for me, what drug it out for me was me wanting an apology from the dean more than anything, because, at the end of the day, she knew in her heart, she knew that whole situation was nonsense. She knew that what I was being accused of, she knew that what she was accusing me of was a lie. And all I wanted was an apology. I know closed mouths don't get fed, but she knew. She knew how I felt. She knew me as a student, And that's just, that's just life. And with status comes responsibility. With change comes responsibility. And I'm not, sugarcoating or but yeah, I'm over the situation. I'm not in high school anymore. But, that was something that slowed me down. I let slow me down. And when you see yourself in a situation like that, don't let nobody tell you about you, especially a stranger. Don't let nobody feel like they can take over you. Don't let nobody run you. Be yourself. You know what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Breaking news. Nobody cares. And I'm not saying that as to being bitter, but at the end of the day, people gonna take care of themselves. And you just gotta be able to take care of yours before you take care of anybody else. Not to say, you know, but so basically I was accused of selling drugs at school when I was interrogated for an hour. But now today, me and the kid, we joke about it. You know, we're still good friends today, actually. And we joke about the situation, but when it happened, it was like, it affected me a lot. Cause I'm like, me? Really? Here? That? How stupid. First of all, how stupid of me to do something like that. Like, is this a joke? Y'all playing with me? But if you guys like this story, because I was kind of into it. If you guys like this story, give me a thumbs up. No, I don't even care for likes or comments. Share this video. Share it with your mom, your dad, your aunties, your uncles, your sisters, your brothers. Share this video and subscribe to the channel, man. Stop playing with the kid. Come on. Come on. Subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. Share this video. Boom, boom. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.